Focus Music is a production music library. We're UK based, but we have a global network of distribution agents, and we provide music for TV, film, advertising, radio, anything within the media industry. My background personally in music, I was a songwriter, writing for people like Celine Dion and the Drifters before I formed Focus. And since then I've developed a whole network of writers that I work with. And what I try and instill into them is to make the music memorable as well as being functional.
The ethos at Focus was very much concentrated on the music itself rather than creating anything particularly generic.
Library and production music has changed a lot over the last 20 years. You know, if you go back 15 years ago, I can remember searching for music for adverts, and a lot of it can sound like background kind of lift music, and you know, Focus have really upped their game. They're really kind of on the ball with current music trends.
My music has been used on loads of television programs. Recently there was on Austin and Ally, a big Walt Disney television program in the US.
The majority of my work, I think, is with bigger broadcasters like the BBC, so I've worked on a lot of landmark documentaries. I also work for a lot of American broadcasters, so I'm a regular composer on Locked Up Abroad, Paranormal Witness. I work a lot with American companies. I understand the style and the ethos of those companies and the way that editors for those programs like to work.
Focus Music is a very high quality production music library. The reason being that we spare no expense when it comes to recording. If we need a big orchestra, we'll book a big orchestra. If we need a fantastic brass section, we'll book a fantastic brass section. If I want to book Abbey Road Studios, for example, I'll book Abbey Road Studios.
Because of the relaxed nature of the way our relationship is, it allows me to go off and then do my thing. And therefore the quality that I want to deliver is totally acceptable. They'll move a deadline for me to actually for me to make it better rather than just rush a project out.
I use a guy called Jake Jackson who mixes my music, and he's mixed films such as Under the Skin and Disney's Cinderella from last year. He mixes Doctor Who, and he records all of the orchestras for these guys. And he's a massive part of my creative process, and Focus allow me to bring him in, and I think that just lifts the music that we make slightly above perhaps a lot of other production music.
I'm just come back from Prague, where we utilise the Prague Symphony Orchestra for all our big orchestral recordings. We don't try to synthesise, if you like, music which should really be played by real musicians in a big atmosphere.
I think recording away from home brings a new perspective and a new energy to the music, and I think the results have shown that going to Prague really created something special.
We have a huge roster of clients at Focus: BBC, ITV, Discovery, Sky, NBC. In terms of films, we've had music recently in Everest, Transformers, Despicable Me 2. In terms of TV, we've had music recently in Breaking Bad, Mad Men, True Blood. And then of course there's advertising. We've had music in brands like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Heineken, Chrysler, the list is endless.
I love working with Focus. They allow me creative space to produce the best quality products I possibly can.
And I think one of the things that marks them out from other production companies is that they really do want to be creative. They don't want to create anything generic, they want to make music as good as it can be.
I can guarantee that Focus will have something I'm looking for. You know, Focus are definitely doing something right.
Although Focus has been going for over 25 years now, I'm still as passionate now as I was when I first started the company, and I love going to work every day, and I try and enthuse all our writers and composers with that same level of passion that I feel. And that's why I think that Focus is one of the best music production companies in the world.